The U.S. men's national team is just a hot dumpster fire right now, and we have to talk about it. Pulisic, not with the team anymore for the summer because he needs to be rested for next season.
The quotes is crazy.
Well, I just had to throw it out there. Anthony Robinson also not being a part of it. Yunus Musa not being a part of it. A lot of things are going on right here. But first of all, is Pulisic lying? Is this all some bullshit? He just doesn't care about the team. Is he actually resting? What your guys' take on it would be? What?
I'll go first. My take is there are a lot of factors I was thinking about the other day because on the one hand, and this is something that not just the U.S. men's national team players are saying or doing, but a lot of players, that there are just too many games in the regular season right now for these players. I think a lot of top players have said that. So I want to take that into account and to say that some of these players are dealing with a lot of fatigue. And if they're playing a lot of minutes for their club, they are dealing with that. With that being said, many of these players are still going to play for their national teams through injury because they want to be there. So while I agree that you can be tired, you can be battered up and bruised, and unfortunately part of the game today is to play through that injury. These top players still go after they're done playing in the Champions League and in the Premier League or whatever, and they still go and play in their national team tournaments or friendlies or whatever. So for then these players to be like, nah, I'm chilling. I'm gonna go to Cancun and get a drink while I relax. And yes, I understand. It's the Gold Cup. It's not, I guess, your like top tier competition, prestigious. But for you, for your team, for what should be your national team pride, it should be prestigious. And I was telling Elijah this right now. I was like, I watched that interview that was had between some USA legends a couple days ago, and they said that, and I didn't realize this, but these players actually decided to play the last 2 or 3 games for their club teams.
Thank
when
you.
Nothing was on the line.
I was gonna mention that Pulisic.
Yeah.
The announcement came out, right, that he's not going to be part of the team, and then Crocker and the the U.S. heads up said, yeah, Pulisic came to us and talked about how he wants to be in full fitness for next season, blah blah. We agree that's the best option, and then he plays their 38th game, where Milan, by the way, have zero chance of getting European football. They finished at 8th this season. He started the game and played 80-something minutes. If this is all due to injury, you're not playing that game. If you really don't want to play pointless games to heal your body, you're not playing that game. Apparently, he has a hip issue that's chronic. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. That sucks. That's like, and Pulisic is a great player and had his best season of all time. He had like 17 goals, 10 assists, whatever, for AC Milan. Great return. But you take those last 2 games off for Milan if you really care. And to go back to David's point, it's not just a player not wanting to play for his team. He is the captain of the U.S. men's national team. And I, for one, have said for a long time, maybe not on the channel, I don't know, to myself.
Tyler Adams.
Thank you. Tyler Adams deserves it. Pulisic is not a leader, at least in the way that the U.S. men's national team needs. Why are you skipping out on the Gold Cup and not playing those games? And let's also add context, too, for the Gold Cup. It isn't just the Gold Cup. I get it. 2023 Gold Cup, I would not have been upset. Whatever. Fine. Yes, the USA has been treating it like it's a developmental tournament. That's fine. That's essentially what it has been for a little bit now. Okay, whatever. This is the last set of competitive matches before the World Cup. Your home World Cup. It's not just the Gold Cup. It's not just a random throwaway tournament. It is the last tournament where Poch can assemble his team together and see how they play competitive matches. Yes, I get it. Long season. Sucks to suck. Like, I'm sorry. I know it's tiring. I know you're hurt, but god damn, you're hurt with endless drinks next to you, with whatever you want for whatever, in this beautiful home and vacationing wherever.
Bro, sounds like that video.
I'm just saying, you can play a game or two for the team that you captain, the country you come from. Even if you're with a team and you play, you don't have to play every game. You don't have to play a game in the game against Trinidad and Tobago. You might not even have to play in the game against Haiti. Just be with the team. Just be with the team. That's what kills me the most. And the fact that it's so obvious, it's so obviously a ruse. Like, if he was hurt and couldn't play the last 7 games for Milan, he's not going to be at the Gold Cup, okay. But it's so obvious that he just doesn't care. And a lot of these players don't care. With Yunus Musa, too. So Josh Sargent, for one, is not with the team. Poch says it was a footballing decision, which sucks because I think Josh Sargent might be the best striker we have right now based on club form, and he just doesn't perform. He hasn't scored in 5 years for the U.S. men's national team. I get that. I don't think he should have been omitted from the squad. It was a footballing decision. He wanted to bring Yunus Musa in, and Yunus Musa decided to not because of personal reasons. Now, we don't know what those personal reasons are, but as far as I know, it's the exact same ones as Pulisic. And I'm more disappointed in Yunus Musa because he had a shit season. He had a bad season for AC Milan. He didn't do anything. So you have a bad club season. What is the one thing you can do to get your confidence back up and to make yourself look better before the next season is you play with your national team and you win the Gold Cup. And for whatever reason he chose not to, maybe there's extenuating circumstances where he can't, tell us then, but he's not with the team. Chris, you've been awfully quiet. As our biggest USA hater here, how does it make you feel that these players will not be with the team?
Dude, it feels great, honestly, to see the chaos, right before, Gold Cup, a year away from the World Cup, more drama queens, things you love to see. No unity in the squad, every man for himself. And this is something you'd love to see as a rival. You look across the way and you go, yes, this is exactly what I love. And I agree with every single one of your points you made. Not gonna lie, very good points. Every single one of them. I mean, it's different. I was gonna say like Edson's coming, despite him having a difficult individual season, you could say that club entirely had a bad season, but you can be like, oh, he could have been like, oh, I'm gonna take this off, but no, I mean, he's the captain. Of course, he's not going to, because that's what a real captain does. He shows up no matter what. Now, hamstring injury. Bro was crying when because he couldn't play the Copa America with his team. I mean, it's a different mentality. Between not just Mexico, but any really international team, because you don't see anything like this. You have I'm going to use Jared Bowen as a quick example, just to say like the mentality difference of him being mad that he got left out of the squad for two friendlies, right? Because England's not in the Nations League, are they? I'm pretty sure.
Well, I mean, they are, yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. But anyways, he gets mad that he gets left out, right? And he even moved his wedding out. It's just like it's a mentality of it just highlights what we talked about in our previous video. Hopefully will be out about managers being on the hot seat, but of just the mentality, what's wrong with the U.S. men's national team and the entire mentality, the fact that these star players, and they're just being, oh, I'm good, I'm injured. I'm like, okay, cool. You can still show up for, like, I agree with the lady, you just show up, bro.
Just show up.
Just show up. You can be on the bench. Who cares? Just be there. You don't have to play every single game, especially the group stage games. You should be fine. Worst case scenario, you get brought on for like 20 minutes type thing. You don't have to play until, especially, you can even be omitted from the friendlies game right in June. You can just be omitted from there and be like, oh, I'm part of the squad, but I'm not playing. As simple as that. And then boom, there's your little vacay right before you get like a solid like couple weeks to not do anything, and you can come and join the team. But I don't know. It's just it's just like why it just shows no ambition at all.
Yeah,
like, you can't
no
be
commitment.
bothered. You could, they could argue, like, let's say that comes out like they weren't actually injured. Shocking, I know, but they're like, oh, no one cares, so that's why I'm not there. I'm like, that means you don't care either, because you would be there. You'd be trying to make a change if you care. That was more for the comments for the meat writers out there. Just wanted to clarify. If you cared, you would be there. It's that simple. You try and make a change, And as much as I love to see it, I can see how frustrating it is to have players that don't want to be there, especially that are like supposed to be like your leaders. So very tough, but very happy to see, because we're all unified over down south, so it's pretty nice.
For the first time in like fucking forever.
Hey, still unified. Still unified.
What's amazing to me is that AC Milan are not like Club World Cup, right? This summer, but if they were, without a shadow of a doubt, Christian Pulisic would have been playing with them this summer in the Club World Cup. I can promise you. I totally forgot I'm wearing a Milan jersey right now. He would have been there without a shadow of a doubt. He would have been there, and that bugs me so much, so much. Like, this is America's golden generation, right? Golden generation, and individual talent wise, fully 100% agree, because it is. We've never seen this level of talent for a USA side ever. But what does that care? What does that mean without heart, without commitment? I would much rather take the World Cup squads of the past 5 World Cups we've been a part of than this squad we have right now. 100%. This team is 10 times better overall than that team. But that team cared, right? You had the Lamdonovans, the Tim Howers, the Michael Bradleys, the Clint Dempseys. These players gave a damn and they showed up when they needed to show up, not for personal glory, but because they wanted to elevate the USA. If you're upset as Christian Pulisic or any other player, oh, no one comes to our games, like we can't sell out, no one cares. Why do you think no one cares? If they went to see highlights and they saw that you, Christian Pulisic, like instead of frolicking around on the floor every time you get pushed, you were scoring goals, you were yelling at these players, you were trying to, you were tough, you were aggressive, you gave the fans a reason to show up, then they show up. But things like this, where you're like, I got a boo-boo, I'm not going to play. Like that's what's going on right now. And you know what? I'm going to take it to a positive note. It's going to change to negative real quickly. But positively, this gives more players a chance, right? Like Diego Luna, I'm very excited to see play in that place, and I think he can be as important to the team as Christian Pulisic. That's how good of a player he is. To take it back negatively, though, then you have Poch or whoever is making these call-ups not making the right call-ups. I think there's 16 or 17 MLS players in that last squad, right? And I can give you half of them don't deserve it. There's players abroad, Caleb Wiley and John Tolkien, for example, in left back. Both of them deserve to be here, and they're not. Cameron Carter-Vickers and Austin Tressy deserve to be here, and they're not. It's just like stupid. On top of this fiasco with the best players not wanting to play, Poch isn't also calling up the best players, right? I don't know if you guys remember, like 2 or 3 years ago, even before that, there was this whole, is there a quota for MLS players for the team, right? Because consistently, Gregg wasn't calling up top players in Europe and opting for their MLS counterparts, which didn't always deserve them. Is that MLS quota still in existence? I'm starting to think so. Did Poch get hired with the agreement that he was going to call up a certain amount of MLS players here and there? I'm starting to think so. It's just overall, the decisions being made from the players and from the management and the higher-ups, it's just not clicking, and there's nothing to click. And we're a year out from the World Cup that's going to be played here, and you're still charging $500 for a game? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing as a national team here? And what pains me, too, is that even a year ago, this was not the reality of the team. Like, up until that Copa America, and that Copa America was disappointing. Up until that Copa America, USA were still the guaranteed number ones. If you had said anything else, I would not have believed you. USA were number one in CONCACAF. I want to say by far at the time, just for like the less than a year downgrading dumpster fire that's happened. It's amazing. Like, how do you have the best team you've ever had, a top manager who's a proven winner or almost winner at Tottenham? Sorry, almost winner at Tottenham. He was there, just didn't get the job done. Diego knows. How do you combine the two with also the money that the USA has as a whole and the soccer passion that was being grown at the time, and just immediately lose it all within a year? Where did all that go? Yeah, and now look, you're being taken over by Canada. Canada's becoming a much better team. Mexico is probably the number ones in the whole continent right now. Obviously, look at them. Panama, you have people not.
Panama 3, baby. Panama 3.
You have people unironically saying that Panama is in the top 3 and the USA are not. How? That is bad, man. No disrespect to Panama, but that is poor. Absolutely poor.
Bro, we're about to get jumped at the game, dog.
But I mean, like obviously, like I said, Panama, I think, deserve it. You fully deserve it. I'm just saying, though.
Yeah, you backtrack.
The USA is how much bigger than the Panama in every single way, shape, and form. How are you falling behind them in the overall rankings in people's minds? It's just disgusting. It's honestly disgusting.
I wonder if tickets will go down in price. Probably not.
No, because no. I mean, I'm for the World Cup or for the Gold Cup.
Gold Cup for the U.S. games.
No, because it's being held in the USA and they can control the tickets, and they don't care. They don't care. Because what is one thing you can do to bring to elevate the team overall? You make tickets cheaper. All right, you bring the people in that care. You let. Make it easier for youth teams to want to come in, families to come in, any person who wants to watch soccer or the USMNT for the first time. You make it cheap, $30 a ticket. Let them come in. It's not that crazy. That's not crazy at all. You pack the stadium out that way. Guarantee you lower the tickets to even $40, sold out the whole stadium. But the USA is so greedy that they won't do that. So now it makes it look like the USA fans don't care, even though they do. And then the USA players then don't care. It's amazing. I can go on for hours. Honestly, I might have to go live.
I just wanted to add, I just did a little research on the side, and shout out to my boy Raul Jimenez, but he played 40 games this season at 34 years old, which is not something you should laugh at. That is quite impressive at 34. Had a solid return. Nothing crazy. This isn't prime Raul, but this is still Raul who made a comeback. And he is, I guarantee you, going to be one of the more, like, just like every other Mexican player, is going to be passionate and putting in his all into that team. And will be furious if they don't do anything but the standard that they have for themselves. That should be what every player has going into their national team. And if it's not, they shouldn't be in the national team. But of course, these are the biggest players of the U.S. You can't not have them there. But there should be some sort of punishment, because if they don't react to that, you're just allowing it to happen. The biggest players are doing it on that team. It's going to happen again. Other players are saying that it's okay. It's building this culture that it's little by little that it's okay for that to happen. Like I'm just saying, would you say Edson Alvarez, when he messed up his hamstring, he was crying because he couldn't play for the team? That's how much you want to play. That should be the mentality for every player.
Yeah.
Playing for their national team, there should be some pride. There should be some honor for doing it. I don't care what ranking you are in the world. I don't care if you're Qatar. You should still be happy that you're playing for your national team. So
Qatar.
Qatar got astray right there, bro. Qatar got astray. They already got one in the World Cup, bro. You don't need to do that to them again.
For valid reasons, let's be real. But my point is, it doesn't matter how small or how big you could be playing for France or for someone else. You should be proud no matter what, because that is that is an honor. You're chosen, and then for you to just be knocking back some mojitos on a beach in Italy, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Come on.
Just to relax for a little bit. I know Pulisic played 50 games this season. I'm sure that's a lot. I can't imagine what kind of wear and tear that is on the body. But throw in 3 more. I don't just throw in 3 or 4 more. I get it. It sucks and you want to be healthy for the World Cup. But let's say you play the whole season and he gets hurt in the third last game of Milan season, and then he can't play in the World Cup. Then what was it for? Right? What was it all for? What's the point? Which is very likely it's Christian Pulisic. It's very likely that that's a possibility. Then what was the point of it all? You dip out on your team to prepare for then, and then you let's say you don't get there. Why? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you gotta remember that these teams, these trainers have some amazing access to certain medicines that may or may not be legal. So sometimes those players may be injured, but they don't feel it. They definitely don't.
Atalanta,
feel it. So honestly, it's one of those things. It's just you could just be present. You could take a spot, for example. I mean, it kind of sucks to take a spot like that, but you could at least play 10 minutes, 20 minutes here and there every other game. But I'm telling you, they have medicine that can definitely make you feel like you are 100% fit. Now you haven't even played in a single game in the season, because the beauty of medicine, really. But it's not like that's not an option either. If it was truly pain, especially with his hip, you can be like, bro, just pop some painkillers, and you'll be good to go. So I'm just saying, there's a lot of ways out of it, and he took the I'm just not going to play approach, and that sucks. That definitely does suck.
It's just weak. It just shows. Really
pussy
truly
mentality.
Shows. It just shows the state of the U.S. men's national team right now, and the fact that it's not just him, right? There's other players who are voluntarily not being a part of it. We are blessed. We are blessed to have a really good player pool, and I think it's being taken for granted. Pulisic knows he's going to be on the World Cup team next year. It doesn't matter what they do. They could say fuck the USA. They'd still be on that team next year without a shadow of a doubt. And that's why they're doing this, because they're taking advantage of the situation they've put themselves in because they're really good, and I'm grateful for that. But how much do I care if they're not part of it? At one point, the biggest issue, and this is recently, the biggest issue was USA players not wanting to go to Europe and staying in the MLS, and the MLS allowing it to happen. Right, they didn't want players to go to Europe. It was very Liga MX right, in which they're still in the same boat, kind of. The USA obviously grew out of that. We have players playing for the biggest clubs in the world now at the highest levels with the highest competitions. But what does it matter now if they don't play for the national team? That's all we wanted. We wanted them to move over there to make the national team better, because we can be really good. We have 300 million plus people, for Pete's sake. We should be a top team in the whole world. And we were on the cusp of it. We were almost there. And for whatever reason, the players that should be leading the whole country forward in a revolution of soccer just don't want to anymore. What else? How else are we supposed to look at that? Directly to Christian Pulisic. How else are we supposed to look at that other than weak? You look weak. If you have a really bad injury, tell us. Like, that's my biggest thing too.
I need to see the MRI scans right now. Bro.
Give it to us. How hard is it to be like, hey, I'm dealing with a chronic hip flexor issue, right? Okay. That gives us an actual injury, right? There's a little more backing to it. Instead of just being like, I don't really feel good, I don't want to play. You know, like, just give us more details is all we kind of ask, and then we wouldn't be having this conversation. If it's really an injury you're dealing with, just tell us what it is. Just tell us. And then we'd be less mad. But the fact that they're tiptoeing around the whole thing and are like, yeah, this is what's best. What's best for what? Best, like, why? Like, what's wrong? It's an obvious cover up. It's obviously fake. And there's obviously more behind it that they're not telling us. Or not. Or there's way less behind it. And he just doesn't want to fucking play. Which is even worse. Disappointing to say the least. If you have an opinion on it, tell us in the comments down below if you've reached this point in the video, which I would appreciate a lot. But like, yeah, let us know if you're a USMNT fan or not. Just tell us how this looks to you and how it makes you feel about the state of the team, or even Concacaf or World Football. I don't know. Just tell us whatever. Leave a like if you guys are still looking forward to the Gold Cup coming up this summer. We got a lot of content per usual, and subscribe to join this get-in movement that's obviously happening. It's one of the biggest waves on YouTube right now. I don't know if you've noticed or anything.
Oh yeah, baby.
Well, I'm just saying.
Collabs, all these collabs, bro. They're going crazy right now. In the works. Thank
you. Oh, we have a lot of collabs on our little teaser there. But yeah, that's going to be it from us, guys. My name is Elijah. I'm with Andres and Diego, per usual. Hope to see you guys in future videos. Take care.